Hey there, how you doing? This is Dean Etheridge, and I wanted to talk to you today about kind of a funny phone call I got a minute ago about a guy that was asking me about getting set up in the prepaid phone business or the cell phone industry, and that's what I've done for a long time. And his question was, he was talking about Solavei as one of our carriers that we offer, and he said, what about that pyramid company? How can it be? It looks like a pyramid, but how can it be a pyramid if there's no money that's exchanged hands? And I said, exactly, okay? And so when we're talking about Solavei and the prepaid industry in general, I want to give Solavei reps an idea, and if you're a cell phone dealer, I want to give you an idea, or anybody that's interested in looking at this industry to get started on what the carriers actually pay. I've been doing this for a long time and seeing all kinds of compensation plans, that are based on upfront money, residuals, or some of both. And that's what I want to talk about for a few minutes. So if you allow me, I just want to kind of dive in, let you know what you can expect from, some of these prepaid carriers on what they actually offer. There's some hidden costs or some hidden commissions that you may or may not be aware of. That's nice on the back end, but there's also some fluff fees that we'll talk about too. So let's do that now. Let's kind of dive in and look and see who actually pays the most in the cell phone or the prepaid industry on a monthly basis and even an upfront basis. So follow along with me. I think you'll get a lot out of this.
Now, before I get started on, how much the carriers pay, what's the potential and all that, just want to touch briefly on who I am. Like I mentioned, my name is Dean Etheridge, and I've had a company called Cellular Phones Etc. I have that now, and Birch Communications that's been in business for many years. And what we've done is we've been around since 1995. We were top producers for Nextel, AT&T, Dish Network, Directv, Windsteam, Megapath, Ring Central. We sell Charter for Business, Comcast. Just a consultant for small to medium-sized companies to help them save money on their telecom expenses. But along the way, we've been in the wireless industry, helping businesses cut those costs, doing telecom audits. Just been doing this a long, long time. Now we mainly do this online. We help dealers get established, setting up their own virtual franchises, and individuals that want to make a nice income in this industry. So got a long background in this, as well as my partner at Sync Mobile Solutions, Doug Smith. We've teamed up and we're helping people set up online and offline presences as consultants, or if they just want to pick and choose some things that they want to sell, we're able to do that. So we still offer DirecTV. We still do a lot of these things that we've done forever, but we're just doing it more in a dealer format now. Obviously, we still work with customers. So, but anyway, just a quick background on who I was. And so a lot of times people ask me, do prepaid carriers pay residuals? And the answer is yes and no. Traditional prepaid carriers pay based on the percentage of the paid bills that are when people come into the store, or if they pay through an online portal. That's where the bulk of the commissions come from for a prepaid dealer. If you don't pay for a SIM card, there's different ways to buy SIM cards. Some are free, and that's basically no risk to you or the carrier. That they're taking on the risk, and so there's no residual of that. There's only one carrier out there that I know of that pays a nice commission on the back end, no matter where that customer pays their bill. And we'll get to that in a minute. But the typical residual commissions range anywhere from 1% to 3%. If you have a residual program, meaning you buy a SIM card, customer gets it, they pay $50 a month. If you get 2%, you're making $1 per month. So let's go ahead and start talking about which prepaid carriers pay the most in commissions and spiffs. And there's a couple different ways to buy SIM cards. You can get them for free sometimes, or $3, and just depending on what your sales levels are is where you'll start to make residuals, unless you have a PIN portal, which you can get commissions and residual commissions on those when your customers pay the bill, if you set them up on auto pay. But H2O is a good one to start with. You're going to get a $10, maybe a $15 spiff from them, and you're going to get anywhere from 0 to 2% residuals on that. But you're going to make maybe 6 to 8% on the residual back end if they pay in the store. So you go get 500 customers, half of those pay their bill in the store. That can generate some nice revenue. Ultra Mobile does pre-funded SIM cards. Sometimes they'll charge $10 to $12 for a $40 activated SIM card with a month of service on it. So you can expect to make anywhere from $25 to $30 on that. And they do have a residual program with them that's pretty nice. 2 to 3%. Net 10 has a lot of free programs. They have GSM and CDMA, so you can sell Verizon or AT&T with them, which is nice. You got nice coverage with both of those carriers. There is a little bit of a spiff involved, and you can get free SIM cards or pay a little bit more, have a higher sales volume, and you'll get some back-end residuals on that. Again, you're looking at, it just depends on what master agent that you're set up with, and we are an active master agent that helps people get set up with the best commission rate plans out there. So you can contact us for those exact details on what you can expect to make on commission. So with Telcel, you got free and $3. They've got a decent spiff on that, anywhere from $13 to $20, 0 to 2% on the spiff or on the residuals. Simple Mobile is another preloaded card that they have a couple different models. You can pay a low-end fee for a SIM card, and there's not a lot of commission there, or you can get a pre-funded one, pay a little bit more for it, and make about $30 to maybe even $35. What most people do is they'll take a free SIM card or a $3 SIM card and charge $15, maybe even a $10 activation, but they try to bump the profit up to where you've got, let's take H2O for example, and you've got a $3 SIM card. You charge $15 for it. You charge them $10 to set up their phone. So that's $25 plus a $10 spiff. So you've made $35. And if you sell a phone and an average $50 per activation or per phone profit, you're looking at about, what is that, $85 for each phone that you sell. A lot of people will bring their own phones, so it's a quick, $25 to $35 profit in and out the door. And on the back end of that, you start to get a couple thousand customers after a year or so. Then you've got some nice residuals coming on the back end. And lastly, I want to talk about Solavei, and this is my favorite MVNO out there. If you're in the prepaid business, if you got a virtual store and you're not selling Solavei, if you have a cell phone repair store, if you've got a pawn shop, I don't care what you have, this is an easy one to get involved in because there's no real heavy upfront commission or entry to get into this, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But right now, as I make this video on the 4th of February, Solavei will pay you $50 for the first, for every 3 customers that you refer to Solavei, your first 30 days, they're going to give you a $50 bonus up to 9. So if you sell 9 customers, you're going to make a $150 spiff from them. But on the back end of that, you're going to get a $5 monthly residual no matter where they pay their bill. They can pay it online, they can pay it by phone, they can pay it at Walmart, or they can come into your store and pay cash, and you can charge them a lot of people charge a surcharge for taking payments, but some people, they're happy with the commissions they're getting. But it doesn't matter if it's a $29 plan, $39, $49 or $69 plan, it makes no difference. And they have a referral program. And I'm not going to dive into that too much right now, but basically, once you have 30 customers, okay, with Solavei, and there's a 40% rule, and there's some guidelines to that, but they're not real stringent on that, but you're going to get a $100 bonus, and nobody does this kind of thing. And for example, if you sold 20 activations with Solavei, okay, and 10 of those people referred one person, okay, that's a very, I'm assuming that figure, but I know from experience that's a low, safe figure to bet that if you refer 20, you should have another 10 referrals to get you to the 30, and that's a $100 bonus. So if you do the math and you have 20 activations times 5, that's $100 plus the $100 bonus that you have for becoming a social sharer. That's $200 per month on 30 activations, or personal activations only 20. So that's $10 per month per customer that you personally activated. And there's nobody out there that pays that kind of commissions on residuals but Solavei. And it goes up from there. You know, there's a social partner at 80 activations again. You know, I'm not going to assume anything, but let's just say that you sold 80. That's better than anything else you're going to get. It's 80 times 5 is 400 plus the 250. That's a very nice residual commission for every device that's sold. If you have 166 customers, it's 500. Again, that can come from you. It can come from anybody in your network within the 40% rule. They can't, no more than 40% can count. So if you're a dealer and you refer Solavei to another dealer to sell, you get overrides in essence on everything that they, every new activation that they sell as well. Now, people, moms, nurses, teachers, doctors, lawyers, people from all walks of life have taken advantage, myself included, of Solavei that were never in the phone business, and they can make some substantial commissions. So, you know, if you have 350 activations, that's $1,750 per month of, you know, monthly residuals plus a $1,000 bonus, which is really nice. But again, it's usually customers will refer this. Every customer that comes in is getting a free business when they join Solavei. In essence, they become a customer. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But if you sold 250 plans with Solavei and you only had $100 or 100 referrals, you're looking at about a $2,250 monthly commission from just Solavei on residuals, which is amazing to me. So the last thing is, how much is it to join Solavei? All the carriers are good. We represent all those. We help people get started in the business. But with Solavei, you simply choose a $29, $39, $49, or $69 rate plan, and you're qualified to sell Solavei. You can buy SIM cards for $3, or you can pay $149 per year annually to become a social member, and you get your own website with either of these options, or you can start activating rate plans with Solavei, start getting commissions right away, start getting monthly residuals, telling your friends, your family, other people that can save money by using the Solavei service. It runs on the T-Mobile network, and you know, that's one thing we're looking for from our dealers, is we want them to see the big picture, and we believe in Solavei. We think if you're carrying T-Mobile or in one of those cities and you don't have Solavei, it's a huge mistake. But some other things that we do is we have website options for people that don't have an online presence. We can set up shopping carts for the phone devices that you have, to where you can turn that website into a profit center and make yourself look better on Craigslist or just in your local market. We will help you with SEO. We have a complete turnkey website design for dealers as low as $199, which is crazy. You know, the price of that. It's well designed. You can put your logo on it. It's got all your affiliate programs involved, lead generation, capture forms, everything's set up for $199 for those dealers. Now, this is not for the regular Solavei rep. There's other options for that. Obviously, Solavei has some great programs already in place for websites. This is more for people that want to get involved in the communications industry. So the commissions are great in the industry. It's not a get-rich-quick thing, and we have products like the Directv that pay commissions weekly to where you can start generating revenue right away. But we have a wide range of products for the right candidate. You know, if you want to refer Comcast to us or Charter, those are things that we're comfortable with dealing with. We don't want you to try to understand that today, but into the future, if you want to add things, that's really for the right candidate. We'll interview you. We'll talk about what your backgrounds are and what, you know, we feel like we're comfortable working with you on, and we'll just kind of take it from there. But you can go out to cellularphonesetc.com or syncmobiledealer.com, and you can find out more about both of our companies. Doug Smith and I, we have partnered up and just really excited about what we're doing. We're seeing people have nice growth. They're happy with the websites and the phone, you know, the shopping carts for their phones. And we know that it's got the best value, tons of education on where to get phones. You do have to be a dealer of ours to be able to get that information. We've fielded a lot of calls on that, but we're just seriously looking for some hungry people that really get this industry, that don't want to stick their toe in the water, so to speak. They want to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 extra and up per month. This can be a six-figure income for the right person. There's no question about it, and we'd love to help you get there. So again, visit us online at cellularphonesetc.com or syncmobiledealer.com, or you can click on the link below this video. If you have any suggestions for me or comments, please leave those down below, and we do look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care and make it a great day.